Hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Marseille International Airport. We are today flying the Headwind A330neo mod, the A330-900 to be specific, in the very cool Corsair international colors. Not a huge airline, but I think the experts among you will know it for sure. It's a French airline flying to holiday destinations. And yeah, today we are flying a pretty cool route, a little bit exotic, but very cool in my opinion. So from Marseille we are heading all the way down to Réunion, which I hope I've pronounced correctly now, which is an island all the way in the Indian Ocean. So yeah, it's a pretty cool flight. Doesn't happen very often, I think once per week right now. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. We are sitting here at Marseille, which is a rather new RDPresets scenery, and yeah, as always they've been very kind in providing me with this one, and yeah, it looks quite stunning. And also this one, and this is actually the pre-release version still. FPS are pretty good. I know that on previous RDPresets sceneries they had a bit of issues with performance, but here you can see even at night with all the lights going on, we are pretty much running 30 FPS, which is pretty cool. And yeah, lots of details as always. Terminal interiors modeled. I've seen there's a huge parking lot, many cars here in Marseille apparently. So yeah, it's a very nice scenery. Today we are experiencing it at nighttime, obviously. And yeah, what else to add? Yeah, so we are flying offline, or in fact you are probably aware that there's not been a lot of action on my channel lately. Reason is, of course, as you all know, there's a baby now in our family, and we've spent a beautiful month of parental leave down in Spain, which has been very cool. So I had some time away from the computer, and now I'm hoping to kick things off again, bringing a little bit more action to you on the channel. At least that's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, but in order to do that, flying offline is just much more convenient compared to flying online, since I can easily pause in between and do other stuff. So that's why we are flying offline, but we have some static aircrafts around, so that's quite nice. Right, so without any further ado, let's kick things off in the flight deck. Right, so here we are. I haven't really done anything in here other than power up and give us some logo lights from the outside. And yeah, I've given a brief test to the A330 before starting this video, and I think it's a pretty nice aircraft. It handles really well. We have all the features which we would expect from a modern airliner in Microsoft Flight Sim. So we have ACARS connection, we have the EFB with loads of functionality. In fact, I think that's a good point to start off. Yeah, let's get the route or all the flight details. And oh, before I forget, there's something I of course want to do, which is have a look at the flight plan together with you guys. So yeah, Réunion all the way down here in the Indian Ocean. Flight time today is going to be 10 hours and 39 minutes according to SimBrief, and it's actually quite a cool routing. So we will depart Marseille on runway 31 right, then we fly the Nazic departure route, the 6th uniform to be specific, and that's for the heavies. The 6th November we can read up here is only for category A, B and C. We are of course a heavy category D, so we need to go the long way. 5000 right hand turn, then at Alpha Lima Mike maximum 210 knots, so we will most likely be at flaps 1 all the way to here, and then on to Nazic. Then actually, yeah, very scenic routing along Corsica, pretty much flying over Rome. Maybe we can see some night lights of Rome, along the Greek coastline, over the island of Crete, heading into Egypt. This of course all gonna be nighttime, so we will not see a whole lot, unfortunately. Then we are avoiding the airspace of Sudan, which I think airlines are still doing in real life due to the conflict going on there. And then eventually crossing into the Indian Ocean. So that's Réunion. Next to it is Mauritius, also a very popular holiday destination. And this is the big island of Madagascar, where also our alternate is going to be located. So yeah, that's the plan, with hopefully a beautiful sunrise somewhere along the way. Let's hope this works out as planned. Right, so now since we have the route in here, yeah, we could also use Navigraph Charts on here, but I'm a huge fan of the Navigraph app. I think it's more convenient to have it on the site. So let's try ACARS. Flight plan in at request, and this should theoretically work. Let's see if it actually does. Yeah, and I think this looks good so far. So Corsair International 632, 340 packs, costing X25, starting at 350, and then I think we can also import the wind as well. Wind data request. Let's see how this works. So lots of functionality in this freeware aircraft. It's always to be kept in mind that this is freeware, which is amazingly good. Okay, so 3-1 right as discussed, and then the NASIC. Which one was it now? It was the 6 uniform. There we go. Okay, so 5,000 above, then to Alpha Lima Mike 210 knots. Okay. Airway waypoint mismatch. Okay, there's a discontinuity, which we can clear. It's probably lots of waypoints. I hope it's gonna be fine. Right, when is that loading in? Oh, it is. Sweet, perfect, very, very good. And now we can go ahead and load the aircraft through the EFB. There's also a way to connect it to GSX. I had some minor troubles with it, so for the sake of speeding things up here, we're just gonna do an instant load, which is here. So we can import it from SimBrief, 69 tons, and then go instant fuel. Completed, and then we do the same for the payload. Download 162, that looks good. Pattern is 340, and this should be loaded. Is it now? No, it's not. How do I?
Boarding completed.
Aha, okay, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so very easy. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, this needs to be hectopascals, of course, and now I just remembered I forgot to put those to nav. That's a bit stupid. This will take a few seconds. Now, I haven't done anything on the overheads. Holy cow, let's do that. Crew supply to on. Ground control for the voice recorder to on. Those are on nav. Fuel pumps can stay off. This is coming to auto. This is already on system 1, which is fine.
On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way.
Background lighting.
Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft.
I think
we do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, so this is going to take a few minutes here to align. In the meantime, let's discuss performance. So we don't have a proper calculator, but we do get some speeds from here. So I think most A330 operators are doing flap 2 departures. Now for the trim. Let's see. So this is a zero fuel weight center of gravity. I wonder if I can find a takeoff center of gravity somewhere. Then we can use it from the trim wheel. But how am I gonna find this?
A few moments later.
Oh, it's right here actually. Okay, never mind. Okay, so gross weight center of gravity 21.1. Now 21.1 is around here, which pretty much gives us an up 1.0, maybe 1.1. I think this should work. So 2/up 1.1. Now we do get some speeds. Oh, weights are missing. Fair enough. Let's finish this. So 69. And then we have zero fuel weight. Oh, where is it? 120. Sorry, 162.9. 62.9 at 21.6, rounding up 21.6. And this will now give us speeds 154, 160, 165. And since we don't have a proper calculator, we will just go turbo power takeoff today. I think it's fun seeing how performant this aircraft is, and we are fairly heavy anyway on a 10.5-hour flight. So yeah, we're just gonna go full power, and thus we have some decent calculations in here. One thing I want to add is the final, sorry, not the final, the alternate fuel, which is gonna be 6.5, 1 hour 20 minutes. Yeah, that's over to Madagascar. That's quite a bit. 6.5. Entry out of range. Are you serious? Okay, interesting. Anyway, says we don't have enough fuel. Why is that? Simply for saying, for the cruise we're gonna use 57 tons. 57 tons. We have 69 tons on board. Should be plenty. Aha, there I'm spotting the error. So 13 hours 30, that's the issue. So there is some issue in the flight plan. There is some issue in the flight plan. Let's fix that if we can find it. So that's the departure. This looks okay. This looks all okay. Ah, there I can see it. Okay, that's Sierra Bravo. DTI. Okay, so I do believe from Buen we should go to Mokju. Which is, and then Manda, top of descent. Manda makes no sense. Manda is somewhere else. 1044. Now it makes sense. Cool. Let's see if we can now put in the alternate of 6.5. Yes, sweet. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, then let's do constraints. VOR, this comes to 5,000, which is the initial altitude. Constraints over here. We haven't checked the weather really, but I'm not sure if it's very special. Variable 2 knots, cab okay. Temporarily a bit of mist coming in, low visibility. but other than that, looks pretty decent. So no worries for the departure. IIS alignment 1 minute. That's very good timing. So let's fire up the APU, sorry, and then we are very soon good to go. Alright, APU is available, so APU bleed comes on, external power comes off, seatbelts are coming on, and then we can actually get ready for pushback. Let's check all the ground connections. I think, yeah, ground power, and that's the cockpit door most likely. Yes, this is looking good. Okay, then we can run some checklists. Cockpit preparation, gear pants and covers, remove fuel quantity. We have 69 tons on board. Seatbelts are on, adheres are nav. Let's see if this is simulated. IRS, nav, looks good. And bear reference is set 1021. 1021 3 times. Very good stuff. So that's completed. And yeah, now for the pushback. I don't have a GSX config for this airport yet, so this pushback might be a little bit messy. Let's see how good GSX can handle this situation. But eventually I think we will be positioned somewhere along the taxiway, so it should be okay. Brakes off. Off we go. Transponder, even though we are flying offline. TA1000. Okay, before start checks, park brake is released. At the moment, takeoff speeds and thruster inserted windows are closed on both sides, and beacon lights are on right now. Check is completed. Okay, so we can fire up. Very simple process, of course, in the Airbus. Ignition's coming to start, overhead panel, fuel pumps are coming on, and then we can simply fire up. And we are already seeing the messy push. Oh, actually it's not too bad, it's okay. And we can enjoy the startup like this. I think there's a very cool engine sound on this one. Let's listen in. So that's not too bad, isn't it? I've seen worse, even on payway aircraft, so this is a pretty nice sound engineered there.
You can disconnect.
Okay, same procedure for number 1. And yes, FPS into that direction a little bit worse than otherwise. Okay, so quickly looking at the taxi chart. So right now we are somewhere here on the stance and we need to take a right-hand turn, so maybe Golf 4 onto Charlie, and then Charlie, or Golf 3, maybe we can even make this one, or Golf 4, it doesn't really matter. And then all the way out on Charlie to Delta 9, so we have full length for the takeoff.
Bypass Parma. Left is clear, right is clear.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Okay, available. We have 2 good engine starts. Starter back to normal. APU bleed off, APU off. Asus FTI is not required. This is coming to RTO. Flaps to arm the speed brakes, and we've calculated a trim of up 1.1. This only goes one way for scrolling. Okay. 1.1 like this. For center of gravity, 21.1. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, we do a quick flight control check. Up, down, full left, full right, rudder, full left. And for right here it says trim up 0.07. And that is correct, I've trimmed it wrong. Holy cow, how did this happen? That's 1.1. Okay, cool. Let's assume the ground crew is out of the way, so weather, radar and predictive wind shears coming on. Very good stuff. Then we will put the taxi lights on, and then we can kill the dome lights. And we are ready to move. After start checklist, anti-ice not required. ECAM status check, pitch trim is up 1.1, rudder trim is neutral, so that's checked as well. Taxi complete. Taxi check, strike controls checked, flap settings 2, radar predicted wind shear on and auto, engine mode selector normal, ECAM over, takeoff no blue. That's not completed yet. There we go, apart from cabin. Right, let's move. Let's move. Okay guys, here we are sitting on 3-1 right. Sorry, I had a small glitch there with my recording software. But yeah, we are all set now, ready for takeoff. The lineup checklist is completed. Everything is set according to what we discussed. Now again, we have a destination fuel on board below minimum. 6.6 points, actually okay. It's above, come on. Maybe with the final it's not. But here it says we have above, so it's weird. You know, it's a freeware. These small things can happen, of course. But yeah, I would say let's not waste any time. Let's rock and roll. Timer and chrono is on. Parking brake coming off now. All the lights are set, and I would say let's go. Okay, about 50%. Man, Toga, SAS and runway auto thrust blue. Let's see how much power this aircraft has. It's probably going to be a very short takeoff roll. Oh, that's loud. 100 knots. Yeah, but I love these sounds. That's V1. rotation. Positive rate, gears coming up. This is really, really cool. Yeah, I really love the engine sound. It really sounds like Rolls-Royce engine sound. I've not been on the A330neo yet, but this is totally how I imagine the sounds to be. Very quick look from the outside. Oh, this is a beautiful nighttime departure. Nice. Climb power is set. Putting the nose down a little bit. Speeding up. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. Autopilot. Let's do the lights like this. Spoilers. And now, yes, so we're gonna stay at 210 knots, and now at 210 the flaps part should retract automatically. Let's see if this is triggered, or at least it works like this on the A320, and I do expect, or I do believe the A330 to be the same. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Nice. Now we are at flaps 1. And we can keep on climbing at 210 knots. This is really working nice. We don't have an after takeoff checklist. Dialing down the temperature a little bit. Just see that it gets a little bit warm. And at 26 back there, yeah, that's a lot. Okay, now passing 5,000 any second, we should go into the right-hand turn. 5,000, there we go. Transition altitude, standard is set. Really, really nice. Okay guys, so as we are banking away here from Marseille, I think that's it for the departure already. I hope you've enjoyed the first A330neo departure on this channel, and yeah, now we will hopefully have a nice and pleasant cruise with a nice sunrise somewhere in between, and then I'm very much looking forward to land this aircraft in Réunion later on. Enjoy the cruise guys, and I will catch you later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the flight deck. We are closing in on Réunion, which is just 40-50 miles ahead of us. Seems like the island is covered in clouds a little bit, which is very interesting. yeah, so here we are. It's been a very pleasant cruise with a nice sunrise along the way. Flight time is now 10 hours and 23 minutes, so yeah, pretty decent long haul here. And yeah, I think before we discuss anything in the flight deck, let's just start off with the charts. We are now approaching 10,500, but yeah, let's start on the charts. So as you can see, we are over the Indian Ocean, closing in on the island. The arrival is super straightforward, no detour at all, which is very cool. So we are flying the Uvena 1 Romeo. You can see straight into Tesop, max to 33,000 above, and then from Tesop we fly the ILS uniform, just because the uniform seems to be the one with the Tesop transition. So this kind of seemed logical to me, screening through the charts. So Tesop is the initial approach, fixed 3,000. Then it's down on a normal glide slope. From Tesop we have 14.4 miles. So this is round about the time where we're going to go flaps 1 as well. Then a normal 3-degree glide. Decision height is going to be, or decision altitude 417. And you can see for a missed approach, when established on climb, turn left, direct Lacas, then Okna climbing 3000. Okay, so up to 3000. So it's quite obvious. Anything in terms of missed approach, we will in any case try to turn away from the island over the sea. Quite interesting, it says 6,900 north of the VOR, which is a lot for flying over the sea. But yeah, we will just climb 3000 out over the ocean. We should be pretty safe in terms of any potential terrain threats. Yeah, so runway 14 is going to be this one. It's not huge, but it's certainly long enough. 2,670 meters. We will likely take the last exit down here and then taxi back to the ramp. In terms of weather, currently 40 knots 130, so pretty much a straight headwind. 40 knots, this helps a lot, makes us nice and slow for the approach. 25 degrees, very humid, 1016, so this is really nice coming from European winter into this kind of tropical environment. Let's switch those landing lights on, get the constraints. Yeah, this is really looking good. The aircraft is doing really well on the VNAV profile. There's absolutely nothing to add there. Yeah, so we are below max landing weight. Right now we are like 170 something, cross weight 175.9. Maximum seems like 190. There is a landing calculator which I have filled. Let's see if the data is still okay. Weight is off, so weight was 175.9. 900 and 175, 900. Yeah, you can see medium is fine. Low would actually not work. Medium is fine. This is without reverse. We will use reverse just to make sure, but yeah, so medium is gonna work. Let's see, depending on how long we need for touching down. I might want to tap in the brakes manually a little bit. Checklists are also completed thus far. Bit of a leg spike. Approach checklist has been completed. This is all set. Next up is the landing checklist, of course. And yeah, now we're really getting close. Very cool. Would be very cool to have ATC into an tropical location like this, but flying offline today, of course, as I've explained in the beginning. And yeah, on top of that, there's no ATC online at the moment as well. So coming into Réunion, I have installed a scenery which is freeware, and that's available on flightsim.to. I will try to put the link in the description if I remember. Seems like a really nice scenery. I've quickly loaded in before to check it. Looks like a really high quality freeware stuff. So this should be absolutely fine for our landing here. Wow, this looks so cool. Look at this island. I don't know much about it. I've been on Mauritius, which is down this way, a couple of miles. There are also flights in between the two islands. I think that's also fun for some short-haul flying. Maybe we'll do that in the future as well. But it looks like a volcanic island. I would assume it's a volcanic island, but not too sure. Wow, this is so cool. Okay, so speed 230, left-hand turn. We have 15 miles to go. 3,000 feet right now. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. $13 miles to go. Let's go. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. Approach mode is activated. I don't need to slow down all the way just yet. Let's go at a convenient 190 knots for now. Approach mode. And yeah, that's the airport straight ahead. Really good stuff. There was a lot of zoom. Wow, look at the temperature rising. Is that because... I don't think temperature in the cabin should rise like this just because outside temperature is getting warmer. But not too sure. Okay, let's go flap 2, speed check, flaps 2 and slow down, getting close to max flap speed there. But now with the power coming back to idle, we are looking fine. Yeah, unfortunately this is one of the islands which is not yet covered by Microsoft Flight Sim in greater detail, so it's...
2,500.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not great. Okay, let's focus on flying here, I think that's going to be fun. Speed managed. Spoilers are up, let's do the lights now, just to have a little bit more time later on. Signs are coming on. This is looking good. Wind is straight on the nose. Perfect. 2,000 feet, gear down. Let's go flaps 3. Flaps full. Landing checklist. ECAM landing. No blue apart from cabin. We are gonna ignore this once again. And that's the landing checklist completed. Now the question is auto thrust, yes or no? I think for most SOPs that's at pilot's discretion. So I think I'm gonna leave it on today. That makes it a bit easier for first time landing this aircraft.
1,000.
Okay, and once again, any missed approach, turning off to the left over the ocean, climbing to 3,000. Whoa, it's really sensitive on the elevators. I kind of want to enjoy these views. Wow, look at this huge canyon in there. Really, really cool. Okay, so it's really sensitive on the elevators,
100 above.
which means for the flare I really can only pull a little bit. Otherwise we are floating.
Minimum.
Continue. Wind 30 knots, straight on the nose, perfect. Nice and slow. A little bit low, I see 3 reds, 1 white. Keep descending, 2 whites, 2 reds. .50, 40, 30, 20, retard. Yeah, let's float 5. And touchdown. Oh, double touchdown. Oh, that was crazy. That was rough. Reverse green. Alright. Here we are. Let's do some manual braking. Idle forward. Sweet! Welcome, guys. Welcome to Réunion. Not the best touchdown. It's really hard to control on these very, very touchy elevators. Okay, I haven't checked the touchdown rate, but I think it was still within limits. Okay, flight time 10 hours 35. Really, really nice stuff. Weather radar off. Landing systems off. Then we have the landing lights. Strobes. Ooh, look at this traffic. Air France 777. Might be another Corsair back there. Oh yeah, this will be nice. Imagine once we have the PMDG 777, we can fly 777 in here. That would be so cool. Okay, let's fire up the APU. I guess it will not be a very long taxi. Alright, stand number 5, this is ours. Yeah, so another company A330, but the old one. And yeah, so once again, freeware scenery, but look at this, guys, that's not too bad. I really enjoy having nice freeware sceneries for airports which I don't fly to very often. I think for the sort of bigger airports, major hubs, certainly it's nice to have good payware. But for destinations like these, it's really good to have high quality freeware. Okay, there we are. Parking brake. Engines 1 and 2 off. Wonder if we get a dance here. That was a pretty good parking. Oh, does not look like it. Okay, APU bleed. Oh, external power already available. That's quick. Seatbelts, beacons. And we do the... Oh, I've forgotten this one. That's not also important. This is off as well. Parking checklist. Parking brakes are set. Engines are off. Wing lights are off. Fuel pumps are not off. I knew I forgot something there. Okay, cool. Really cool. Let's ask for deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
Just like that. Transponder. Standby, and I think that's really everything we need to do. Let's check these services. Ground power. Okay. Forgot the taxi lights. Sorry, my bad. This is looking better. Okay guys, so this completes today's flight in the Headwind A330neo. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Oh, touchdown rate was 418. I'm just seeing this now. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think we're in for a gear check here. Yeah, not perfect. Not perfect at all. Need to practice my A330 landings. I remember back in P3D, the Aerosoft A330 was so easy to land, always. This one seems to be a bit trickier, but we will get used to it for sure. As a rough disclaimer, this was my very first landing in this aircraft, so I kind of saw that coming. That's not going to be a cruiser. But yeah, so welcome once again to Réunion, beautiful tropical destination here in the Indian Ocean. And once again, I hope you guys have enjoyed this flight, and yeah, I will try to put up a bit more videos now, going into winter season. Let's see, hopefully I can do that. Thanks for tuning in on this one, and I shall meet you on the next flight. Take care everyone, bye bye.